different than book reviews I've done in the past, even book reviews that I've gotten from the actual authors, because this sort of involves a company. A while back ago, I was contacted by Ustar Novels, and they asked if I would like to get one of their books and talk about it online. And usually I'm kind of weird about doing that kind of thing because I feel like once you do the exchange, there's kind of this pressure to say something good about the product. But then I went on the website, looked more at it, and I thought, you know what, it's fun, and let me look at it, and I'll still give my honest opinion no matter what. So, let me explain what Ustar is. Basically, they are a company in which they have a couple different types of genres. They have, like, same-sex, romance, vampire, classics, and kids. And basically, you take these stories and you can insert yourself into the story and create basically your own adventure. Basically, it's like self-inserting yourself into the story. And I at first was like, that's kind of strange, but then I looked at the different options in it that they had, and it was interesting. Like, they have Pride and Prejudice, Romeo and Juliet, Little Women, Dracula, which, like, I was like, that's a really neat choice. Tom Sawyer, Jane Eyre, Wuthering Heights, I think, Emma, House of the Baskervilles, Wonderful Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland, Christmas Carol, Anne of Green Gables, which I kind of want to get as well because I love Anne of Green Gables and I just think it would be fun. So a friend of mine was going through something rough, and I thought that getting her this would be interesting. So I ordered Pride and Prejudice, and on the label it says Pride and Prejudice starring Una and Brittany by Jane Austen. And the first thing I noticed when I got this in the mail is that it's very well made. It's not made of cheap material. It looks, it feels, it is put together like an actual book. There is it's kind of like clipped together. And so I actually sat down and I reread Pride and Prejudice, basically reading it with all the changes that I made to with the characters' names, and it just made me laugh. And it was when I was reading it with these changes that I recognized the appeal of it. It's getting to reread a book that you enjoy, but with your own kind of flair to it. Changing the name seems like such a small thing, but because of the names that I chose, it made it more entertaining. And I know that my friend will love this because, you know, she's read Pride and Prejudice. She knows what the story is, and I think reading it with her name in it and seeing, you know, getting to, you know, be with Darcy, but not at the same time ruining the actual story itself. Because I feel like some of the things that happen when you have, like, the fan fictions of Pride and Prejudice that have come out and become popular, like Mr. Darcy Takes a Wife, which just the worst kind of porn. Whereas you get this kind of like bastardization of the actual work because you change the motivations of characters. You change who the characters really are in order to fit your whims. Where in this, you're just changing the name, but you're still getting the character. You are not basically bastardizing it by making it into something that it wasn't. You're just changing the names and making it funny and entertaining and getting it in a really well done way. And you get to dedicate it to someone. And what's really fun is that they have the cast list and you can like see who is who. I love the names I picked for it because I put myself in it. I made myself Lydia because I thought that would be funny. And another friend of mine, who's this other person this book is dedicated to, I made them Jane, and Bingley's first name became Thor Bingley, which was a great idea. Wickham became Loki, so it's just, and yet it fits so well because it's like, you know, what a sophisticated Loki will do. And I feel like there is a real charm to this sort of merchandise. I really think that the quality of it makes it really worth having. It's ideally something that you would get someone as like a birthday gift, an anniversary gift. It's a gift. It's nothing that you would just probably just buy or anything like, oh, I just want to buy a version of Pride and Prejudice with my own name in it. It's a gift. It's something that's meant to be like, sometimes it's hard to buy, you know, books for people because they've read everything already. And I think with this, especially if there is a classic that they really enjoy, it's on their listing, this is a fun way of giving them something that they probably wouldn't get anywhere and is much better quality than something you would just print out easily. So I think if you're interested in this kind of thing, or the idea sounds funny to you, this would be an interesting place to go. And they have a lot more. Let's see, I told to, like, oh yeah, they have The Wind in the Willows, The Importance of Being Earnest, Black Beauty, Treasure Island, The Railway Children, Great Expectations, The Three Musketeers, It's Called Pumpernickel, Wuthering Heights, Oliver Twist, Frankenstein. So, and they also, which I thought was interesting, is that they also have queer, sorry, I know some people don't like the term queer, I personally don't have a problem with queer, but they have the same-sex versions of Romeo and Juliet, Juliet and Juliet, and Romeo and Romeo, and I think that's awesome. I hope that they can actually do more of that. It would be fun if they get to the point where they could actually gender bend some of the characters, so that you could, like, make like someone like Wickham a female character and have it be like a sapphic relationship with Liz. That would just be awesome. It's not surprise. It exceeded my expectations of how entertaining it was to read this, and I definitely will end up getting a version of this for myself as a gift to myself when I graduate grad school, because I really would love to be the protagonist in Anne of Green Gables. I think that is me. I'm a lot like Anne Shirley, except, you know, not redhead. But I loved this. It was a really great gift, and I really liked the work that they did. And again, they have different genres on the website. You can pick whatever you want. So if you're interested, great. But I really liked it. So thank you, U-Star, for allowing me to sample your product. I am really glad I did.